Hi. If you're subscribed to this channel and you decided to click play, thank you so much. If you just stumbled upon this video and you're like, how did I get here? Keep watching. Um, so, the point of me doing these videos, or the goal of me doing these videos, is simply to connect with people, to share stories and share experiences, and hopefully make the next person feel less alone. So it's not a one-sided conversation, even though I'm the one talking right now. Feel free to comment or connect with me on social media. Everything is under my name, Sarita Braxton. But if you follow me on social media, if you follow my blog, berlinerinblog.com, you will probably gather that one of my favorite things to talk about is dating. I feel like dating connects us all. Even if you decide not to date right now, most of us, if not all of us, have been on a date, have had some awkward and embarrassing dating stories. We have felt like we are kind of failing in the love department, or we've had some really enjoyable experiences that didn't necessarily lead to a relationship, or maybe it did and we have found the love of our lives. But either way, I have found that these stories definitely connect us. If I don't have anything in common with someone, I can definitely talk to them about dating for hours. So in Berlin, I definitely think that the dating culture is another beast. I think living in a major city definitely adds challenges to finding love or finding companionship or getting into a relationship. But I also think that the problem is much bigger than Berlin, because I talked to people from all over the world. When I lived in Barcelona for a month, I met women there from Europe, from the United States, and everyone had the exact same stories. It was kind of like, are we dating the same guy? I mean, sometimes we are, but not always. So it's definitely a generational conundrum, if you will. There are many podcasts created about this. There are many books written about this. That dating as a millennial, or probably even the next generation, is incredibly challenging. But I think that in the end, like while we're going through it, of course, it sucks to go on a date with someone and have things not work out if you like them. But in the end, when we tell these stories and share these stories with our friends or with the internet, um, we can eventually learn to laugh at them. So I'm a part of this online community of women on Facebook for expats living in Berlin. And over the last few months, I've seen the exact same stories, or very similar stories, variations of the same experiences being posted dozens of times. And in addition to all of these posts, they're getting hundreds of comments of women being like, oh, me too, this happened to me. We can be a bit hard on ourselves if we are open to finding love, finding a relationship, even if it's casual or non-committal, and not being able to find what we want. We get a little bit hard on ourselves. Like, maybe it's us. But once you realize that hundreds of women in your social circle, and who knows how many more, are going through the exact same things, it makes you feel less alone. So, in an effort to share these stories, to learn to laugh at them, and to hopefully make people who are dating and looking for love and who haven't found it yet feel a bit more encouraged, I have compiled some of these awkward, embarrassing dating stories and put them into a book. So I recently self-published my book. It's called Recovering Loveaholic. Um, I'll tell you a bit about it. So the main character definitely emulates my life. It's kind of like a fictionalization of the experiences that I've had. So her name is August. She moves from the United States to Berlin, but she is born and raised on fairy tales and love stories. From a young age, what are we watching? These Disney shows and movies, Cinderella, Beauty and the Beast, in Beauty and the Beast, the guy was a psychopath. He was violent and he was mean. But what happens in the end? They fall in love because, of course, they do, right? And it's not only there, it doesn't stop. Once we get older, we are inundated with rom-coms, romance books, romantic TV series, even action movies. Like, you can't escape the love story. There's always a love story. In the action movie, the guy is trying to save his old flame, or he's found a newfound love with this agent that he's working with. Like, in the end, generally, the equation is this person and this person fall in love despite all odds and obstacles. So, in the book, August is in love with love. She has been sold a fairy tale and she is waiting for her Prince Charming to come and sweep her off of her feet with some grand romantic gesture. Unfortunately, she is faced with modern day dating culture, which means that she's getting ghosted. So guys that she's dating disappear after a few dates or a few messages. She's getting gaslit, where guys are whining and dining her for a few months, and then all of a sudden they have an epiphany that they don't want to be in a relationship. I saw this meme, which is super accurate for this kind of thing. And it says, men be like, why would me dating you make you think that I want to date you? And this happens to a lot of people. It doesn't have to be just for women. I don't want to make it seem like, oh, we're the only ones out here struggling. I have some male friends who are also unlucky in love, if you will. But she's getting ghosted, she's getting gaslit, and ultimately she is sacrificing herself in this quest for love. By any means necessary, essentially, she wants to find the one, she wants to be in love, she wants the white picket fence and the 2.5 kids, which used to be the average kids in households. So she is struggling, feeling really down on herself, feeling really disappointed and confused about why she's not finding love, why none of these things, out of all the people that she comes in contact with or she goes on dates with, none of them turn out to be the one. And I think this very much is a personal story for me, because I think when I first started dating, I was kind of like this. I just thought like, oh, of course, like I'm going to get this fairy tale love story. And I saw some friends who were getting married at a young age. Some of those relationships worked out and some of them didn't. But for me, I just saw people falling in love and thought, when is my day going to come? So I began to be really hard on myself. And then I think sharing these stories with other women and realizing it's not me. I'm not being personally kept from love. Like sometimes I would think, does someone have a voodoo doll of me out there and they're just like stabbing it in the heart? But no, it's just sometimes things don't work out with people because they're not the ones that you're meant to be with. And in the book, I write, things don't work out with everyone because not everyone is the one. So I hope the goal of the book is for singles to not put so much pressure on ourselves, to not feel so defeated if things don't work out, and to be able to laugh in the end at these really unfortunate, really disappointing dating fails that we experience as millennials. I'm not sure what the next generation experiences. I don't date anyone that young, but like I think they're also going through some struggles because I see lots of memes online about this. So yeah, I think the power of sharing these stories, talking about them, laughing about them, just helps us to feel less alone. So if you have any dating advice or dating experiences that you would like to share, feel free to comment below. And yeah, I hope that you have a little bit of interest in checking out my book. Again, it's super easy to do that. Just like my social media, there's my website, saritabraxton.com, where you can read more about the book, find out ways that you can get it. You can download an ebook. It's available on Amazon, Google Play, Apple Books, barnesandnoble.com, etc. But all of that information is on the website. You can learn a bit about me and read some other content on the site. So thanks so much for watching. Any questions or comments, feel free. I love to talk to people. Some people have inboxed me on social media, asking me about tips for the city. It doesn't have to necessarily be about the content of the video. So yeah, I look forward to hearing from you. And until next time, bye.